Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 12-inch Figure Fanatic. Before we get started with my video on my collection, I just wanted to go over some things that have been irking me lately. One is a trend that I'm seeing with online retailers now. Check this out. So we all know the Hot Toys Back to the Future 2 DeLorean time machine came out recently, even though it's pretty much the same thing as the first one with some 2 or 3 modifications. It's a way for them to make the same money all over again. But take a look at what they've done now. So they've done second or first batch options, a difference of hundreds of dollars. If you got to be one of those guys that's the first one on the block to have it, or you're doing video reviews like myself and you kind of have to, you're going to pay that $8.98 on this one, versus if you're waiting whenever the second batch comes out, you're paying a few $100s less at $6.65. This is ugly. The idea that they're going to be charging 2 different premiums on new stuff coming out, as if the pre-order stuff wasn't bad enough. And I've shared in my past videos of my issues with pre-orders. And case in point, this guy right here. So as you can see, I ordered this off of eBay from a retailer April 18th, 2001. As of today, I am still fighting with eBay to get a refund on this $195 that I spent on this figure that was a pre-order that never actually got produced. This is an issue I've had with China retailers for a while now, where they're selling pre-orders months, in some cases even years ahead of time, and they want to blame it on COVID. Fine, we'll throw everything in that excuse basket. But a lot of this stuff isn't coming out now, and now the customer is chasing down the money that they have sent to reserve these figures. So that's still pending. Alongside that, I will say that my hit list of online retailers is Secret Compass and Toys Wonderland. They've been very naughty lately and making it hard for me to get my money back. Toys Wonderland specifically said, yes, we're offering you a full refund on the figure we never sent you in the form of a store credit. And a few emails back and forth to try to clarify that that's not necessarily a full refund in our country. That's not what we consider a full refund. So I had to threaten to go to PayPal and file a dispute before I got my money back finally 2 days ago. So be warned, guys. Stick with the mainstream, Sideshow, Hot Toys, Big Bag Toys, that kind of stuff. So let's get on to the video.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 12-inch Figure Fanatic. So last time I showed you guys my collection, it was in a different home, and I since moved, and I have a little bit more space to display. Not much. Everything's still pretty crammed, but I wanted to show you guys an updated display case and all my side stuff that I've got going on. So obviously the much coveted Ecto 1 and the full cast of characters, including Dana Barrett that I made, and the ghost with the trap that I made. I love this little guy. Hard to find on eBay these days. The sign that lights up. And I've got my Back to the Future stuff. I will not be getting the second DeLorean or the third one. I think they have a third one now too that they're coming out with. There's the custom dog that I printed, Einstein. I refused to buy another one of these figures just to get Einstein with it, the new version of this figure. So I decided to just print and paint my own. So there he is sitting there. Obviously, Hot Toys is coming out with a new version of a new Doc Brown in his jumpsuit, and this is a custom that I had for a while now. This little thing I picked up off eBay, just a nice little side accessory. It lights up, has the time on there. It's pretty cool. Just nice accessory to have on display with the car. Not too much to it. And in a previous video, I showed you guys my my TV, I think, that turns on and plays clips of Back to the Future. Then over here we have my James Bond and his coveted Aston Martin DB5. And I put this together by hand. This is a mail away kit that you send off for, and some might say it's a little too expensive. I paid, I think it was like $40 or $50 a month, and you get little pieces at a time put together, and it came out to I think about $1,200 total. Then we have my Tron stuff. So that's a custom figure that I made, and she actually has like special tape on her, so she glows under a black light. And of course, the Cycle from Hot Toys. And we got the Batmobile, and this is the call signal thing from the Batman Forever. This is the Batman from Batman Returns. Then we have the Joker from the Joker movie. Then we got my naughty section tucked away in the corner here. Hugh Hefner's having a good time over here with the ladies. Then we've got the RoboCop stuff. My Star Trek collection, original Star Trek collection. Then we got one of my favorite things, my custom made the molder's office. I made that several years ago. Very proud of it. Then we have, I just did a video on this guy. Let's go to the main case now. All right, so we got Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, got some Breaking Bad, some miscellaneous characters. This figure is also hard to come by right now as well. Sloth from Goonies. I hate this figure. It's ugly. I can't wait for the new one to come out. They got I forget who's making it, but I have it on pre-order. Also, I'm not too proud of this one either. I've seen versions out there that actually have stitched hair on the face and head, and it looks a little bit better. Kind of like the hands got going on here. So I've done videos on some of these figures. Others are customs, and I don't really do videos on the figures that I make. Just ordered the new figure that is coming out of him, Clint Eastwood. I got a new custom head sculpt of Tom Hanks from Forrest Gump. That's on its way into me. I had it repainted because I hate this one. It doesn't look right. And I explained that in the video review I did on this one. Got my military movie figures. Technically, that was a TV show. My Mafia guys. Then we have kind of action movies, Quentin Tarantino stuff. This is one of my customs right here that I made. It's all in the details. Look at the Fernie catalog that Edward Norton's holding. Knockoff of IKEA, obviously. He loved that stuff. My vampires and vampire slayers. Twilight Girl. Doesn't really look like her. Oh well. Some scary stuff. This is a much sought after figure. This Exorcist figure. The priest is just as hard to find. One of the scariest figures in my collection. It just freaks me out to look at her. Man. Carrie in the back there. That's a custom that I bought. More scary stuff. This is a diorama I made from The Shining. I just did a review on this Pennywise figure. And then from the classic It series. My James Bond stuff. And my Reservoir Dogs stuff. there's two different companies here that made these figures, and the one in the back right that looks like the worst head sculpt. That's from the original that was several years back, and it was actually one of my first 12-inch figures that I got. Let's go to the other side. Got my Avengers guys. Obviously not all the Avengers. I'm not rich. Definitely not all the Iron Mans. I only have 2 Iron Mans. Now in the DC realm. Look at that head sculpt right there. That's one of my pride and joys right there. Just got that one in, custom made from overseas. Look at the likeness on her. It's like a photograph, man. Some Batman stuff, different eras of the films. Sorry, the lighting is so poor. Then we got some Game of Thrones, various period piece figures. My sexy Laura Croft. I made that one. Did a video. One of my first videos was on a head mod that I did of her. So check that out. Then we come over to Star Trek The Next Generation. And the only 2 Star Wars figures that I have. I'm not really into Star Wars, but I had to have these 2 guys, obviously. Action movie guys. I made that Desperado, laying around Antonio Banderas. The lighting's not so good in this last case. I did the LED lighting myself, and in this case it's not doing so well. That's a custom that I made right there. Some of you might remember that if you're a little bit older. Killer Clowns from Outer Space with the Cotton Candy guys. Demolition Man. Some X-Files stuff. E.T. Nice cameo. Now we get into the robots. You might think, what's that teddy bear doing there with the robots? Well, that's Teddy from AI, and he was a robot. Terminator. My Sarah Connor that I made. Some futuristic sci-fi. Matrix. Fifth Element. It's that custom. I made all those figures, actually. All right, now let's go above here. My dioramas. Walking Dead. Can't really see in the back there, but I got a lot of the characters. Let's go to the other side. Kind of a lot of space to take up for one figure sitting at a table, but it's a classic scene. Had to have it. There's my Silent Hill nurse that I made. Not that hard to make, actually. Clarice Sterling. I forget what her name was in the movie. And then Hannibal Lecter. All right, now let's go to my last section here. My Hall of Presidents. Now you might be thinking, well, why is Joe staring against the wall here? Well, he can't find the podium. That's why. And Trump refuses to give it up. And this guy fell over. This is my astronaut. Men in Black. And one of my favorites, my Halloween display. Obviously not a very good hair job on this one, but the head sculpt's not bad. And they didn't mass produce these figures. It's hard to find a figure of her. Same thing with him. All right. And that's pretty much it. Now, obviously, I didn't have enough space here to really get creative with posing any of these figures. They're kind of, that classic just flat pose, a lot of them, just to kind of save space and get as much bang for my buck on the available space. But I'm very proud of it. And it's hard being in the military and moving every few years and having to take this down and put it back up again, but I really like looking at this stuff, and I hope you all feel the same about your collections as well. Anyways, you're not going to see me for some time because I'm about to deploy overseas, but you can rest assured that I'll have a nice collection of pre-order figures coming in over the next few months, so that when I get back, I'll have a whole bunch of videos to unload at once. Wish you all the best.